You are watching the number one podcast in the whole entire YouTube wrestling community, and one of your hosts, Juan.
And I'm your other host, Jean-Paul Leek.
And together we are
Rope Break.
Happy Saturday, family! And the weekend has officially started, and we're just trying to forget what happened on SmackDown Live, Jean-Paul Leek, because it was not a great show. But we're back for our family because we have money. We have predictions for Money in the Bank 2020. Pay-per-view that the build-up has been semi-decent at moments. I will say boring at other moments. The return of AJ Styles made the men's Money in the Bank a little more interesting. Although we were rooting for Apollo Crews because it was something refreshing, something new. In the end, the guy got sidelined with a call injury. And AJ Styles pretty much gets introduced in that match just because of his name value, I will say.
Yeah, and I was happy at least it wasn't Jinder Mahal. That's the only thing I was happy about.
Oh, yeah, like the modern-day Maharaja doesn't deserve to be in any single circumstance that involves main event playing. He should be just like with Heath Slater and 2MB. You know, just wait for like McIntyre to just...
See, that would be legit. They should do that, 2MB, and they should just, tear up the indie, which is on hold right now, but tag team scene.
Yeah, like make a name for yourselves, and then hey, come back and maybe do a storyline to make McIntyre heel, and then get 3MB back.
No, but I mean, like in all honesty, if you are gonna use Jinder Mahal, you got to build him up. Like thrown right into the main event is bullshit. Just build him up. Boom, boom,
make
boom,
him
rise
win
the ranks.
like you said, slowly build up. Not just like one day you're on Monday Night Raw and the other day you're already in a championship match, which is very common for some people in the WWE. But thank you so much for watching every single one of our videos. Like I mentioned, SmackDown Live review with Jean-Paul and myself talking about the hacker because he was trying to reveal a little bit of news. And like a six-man tag, Cesaro, Nakamura, and also Baron Corbin against Otis, Daniel Bryan, and Drew Gulak main event.
Oh, yeah.
A face-off, Braun Strowman and the Fiend, or not the Fiend, but Bray Wyatt, just the man Bray Wyatt, just having like their last encounter before we go into the match for the Universal Championship at Money in the Bank that we're going to be talking right now. So thank you so very much again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell for all the notifications. Mr. Leek, he was informed by you that like 20 minutes ago, WWE just posted 2 matches for the pre-show, and these are R-Truth going against Montel Vontavious Porter, MVP. What the hell is this, Jean-Paul?
I mean, okay, like, in all honesty, though, if you take this match out of WWE and you put these two in a ring and you say, all right, guys, legit, this is your WrestleMania, go out there and tear it down, they'll tear it down. Are they going to be given that opportunity and that freedom tonight? No. Is this match going to be anything spectacular? Probably not. I'll probably just enjoy it just for R-Truth. I love R-Truth. So, and he always makes everything entertaining. If it wasn't for him, the 24/7 title, all those segments would have been awful.
Yes.
He definitely made that title at least bearable at times. I'm going to go with R-Truth just because MVP, what would a win do for him? I don't think he's there to collect wins anymore. I don't think he's like, oh, I'm trying to make myself legit. I'm trying to be the guy. I don't think that's what he's there for. I think R-Truth, they're going to maybe build him up. And it's like, hey, look at all the service you did for the 24/7 championship. Look at all the stuff. You helped us get that championship over a little bit. Let's give him a rub. Maybe get him back in the mid-card because he was the United States champion last year.
No, he was.
Or 2 years ago, whenever that was.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Yeah, and I think that R-Truth would be good for get a win just because of like all the things that you just said. He's a great wrestler. Unfortunately, he's seen just as a joke. And he makes the best out of it because every time he's like he has TV time. He's great. He's gold. So I hope for R-Truth to win something.
Yeah, and if you watch that 24/7 special, you realize he's not doing it just because it's like, oh, this is a paycheck, I'll just do it. But then backstage, he's like, I hate this. He's just a fun guy. He loves making people laugh. Exactly. He always wanted to be a rapper, an entertainer. So it's like, this is entertaining to him. He says if he goes out there, makes people laugh, whatever, that's all he wants. So
yeah, exactly. So next one, Jean-Paul. Jeff Hardy, returning Jeff Hardy, going against Antonio Cesaro.
You know what I have for this match? No more words.
Yeah, no more words. I mean, can we get that? Can we get that?
Yeah,
That
No.
will get me interested
No,
in Jeff
can
Hardy.
we get a good match for Jeff Hardy's return? No. Not saying Cesaro is not a good opponent, but on the pre-show, what are these guys going to have? 6-7 minutes? Jeff Hardy, he's going to go up for the Swanton. Oh, here comes Sheamus. Bro kick done. Let's keep
Cesaro's going to win.
let's keep the feud going.
Cesaro's going to win, and that will
Well, no,
really...
Jeff will win probably on a DQ.
Oh, yeah. Or unless, or maybe,
Or like a
Sheamus
sneak
takes the pro
attack.
kick,
Yeah.
and then Cesaro, like, cashes in on the... Because we're talking about Money in the Bank. He will cash in from
Yeah.
that circumstance. Yeah, it will be like that. It's either like DQ for Jeff Hardy or Cesaro gets the win.
Yeah.
But like you said, like it will be finally an official feud between Sheamus and Jeff Hardy, because the first stone was thrown yesterday on SmackDown Live, but now in pay-per-view,
Yeah, and I think
like, keep going with
yeah.
both.
And also, to kind of go off what you said yesterday, I know you weren't a fan of what happened with Sheamus. I feel like if Sheamus does this to Jeff, really beats him down, that's kind of like, okay, like you kind of embarrassed me a little bit. Now I'm going to embarrass you.
Exactly. So that's
I would almost have it where this match doesn't even take place and it goes backstage and you see Sheamus beating the shit out of Jeff Hardy backstage.
They could also do that. So don't be surprised if they go the route that you just mentioned it. But that's mainly they need to like really make this feud official, and that's what they're gonna do. So Jean Paul, let us probably go to the main show, and in the main show we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The New Day going against the Forgotten Sons, going against Miz and John Morrison against the Lucha House Party, Fatal 4-Way Tag Team.
Didn't we see this last night?
Yeah, we were
something kind of similar. Maybe I got to clean these glasses. They're a little, maybe a little foggy from all the tears from watching all this awful wrestling every Friday. But see, that's this match. I'm excited for it, even though we've seen this at Elimination Chamber. We've pretty much seen this since Elimination Chamber until now. All these teams kind of mixing it up. Lucha House Party, I really like. Really talented guys. Miz is good on the mic. Morrison's legit. New Day all these teams can be legit. Forgotten Sons aren't bad. They're probably kind of on the Lucha House Party level. They're not, I wouldn't say a weak tag team, but they're not like, I'm going to go buy their merchandise, this and that. So this should be a good match. It all, to me, depends on how much time they give these guys, which is pretty much the case for all of these matches. How much time they give, how much they do, and really the winner. I think if the New Day wins, then this match is trash. I think you got to go with either those two teams that I mentioned, the Forgotten Sons or the Lucha House Party, because you can't go with Miz and Morrison again because they're really hammering that story home of them splitting up. So I think that this match should be the one that causes them to split. Maybe they're the one who eats the pin. Maybe Miz eats the pin. I don't know. But for my pick, I'm going to go with – I want to go with the Lucha House Party because that's what I want to see win, but I'm going with the Forgotten Sons.
Yep. No, I can agree with you, because that's the only thing that I've been thinking about is like if they want to make these titles like semi-interesting, they got to put the titles on the Forgotten Sons. I don't really see Miz and Morrison just because, like you said, I just don't think that like they should win the titles again because they're playing hot potato with them. I don't like that. I just like if they would have want to just do this match anyway, just give the titles on the Miz and Morrison. They should have never give the titles to the New Day. So that's why I just rather see like the Forgotten Sons. It will be something refreshing. So it will be something that is unique because they didn't even win the titles on NXT. So it will be at least, hey, we have new heels. Is a new tag that we have. They're the champions. Let them run. Let them go run with the titles. I would love to see the Lucha House Party. I would love to see because the performance that they have yesterday was flawless. It was absolutely great. They had really, really nice spots. And it bothers me that like even Lince Dorado hit that beautiful Frankensteiner, and then of course the Miz cashes in, skull crashing finale, and done.
That's so, it. I mean, I don't understand how a team can have a hot tag and they can look really legit. Boom, 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 and then a guy comes in and just done.
And then money. Money. So like it's not good.
And if the Forgotten Sons do win, there is 3 of them, and I don't know if if Kalisto maybe pissed someone off backstage, who knows what he did, but you have the Forgotten Sons. If they win the belts, there's 3 of them. They can be beating up the Lucha House Party. Oh, who comes out to make the save? Kalisto.
That would be nice. I would love to see.
Even though the Lucha House Party is like this tall, and everybody in the Forgotten Sons is like this tall. It's still 3-on-3.
It's kind of like how you and me are. I'm always like this, and you're always like this, like height-wise. So, it's something that is not going to happen, but it will be at least legit be like to see 3 guys going against 3. They
Yeah.
can also like play the freebird rule, and then you'll have
Hmm.
the titles on the three of them, because the New Day that's what the New Day always does. So it's something unheard of. So Jean Paul, let's go to let's keep staying on the SmackDown side. Women's Championship match: Bayley going against Tamina. So this match is not really a lot of my interest. It hasn't generated a lot because we know Bayley's going to keep the title.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
this
see a way in hell that Tamina is going to become the
no
SmackDown Women's Champion.
chance.
No, I don't see a. I
But
just don't see any chance.
for me, I gotta agree 100%. I've been saying it for weeks, especially last night. Okay, Tamina got the pin. That means she's not winning on Sunday. But that also doesn't mean that Bayley's going to be waking up Monday morning with the belt, depending, because we said these Money in the Bank matches are taking place at the same time. There's going to be clips and parts of them spliced in between matches and this and that. I don't know when they're wrapping up. If these two Money in the Bank matches are going to be the last thing we see on the show, then forget what I'm saying right now. Bayley wins, and that's it. But if these matches maybe finish up, maybe middle of the show and Bayley's matches afterwards, I could see Lacey Evans winning Money in the Bank for the women, and then
And going
cashing
and
in.
cashing in.
Yep.
And yeah, so
But
it's a big no.
again, if they want to close the show with the cinematic Money in the Bank, then I'm going to say Bayley retains.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, at least they're doing something with Tamina. Hey, she's been she's been a company girl. She's been in WWE since 2010, even maybe longer than that. But she's had a lot of injuries, but she's remained in the company. Why? I don't know why. But at least hey, they're doing something with her. Because see, I will say that at least she's not as obnoxious as Nia Jax. I will
Oh
say
no.
that. I mean, she's not great in the ring, but she's not god awful. She's in that average level.
Yeah, I would say she's better than Nia Jax, and also she's at least not murdering people.
There you go. She's not. Yeah, she's not. What is the goal? She's not being negligent. She's not being
Yeah,
negligent. She's not
yeah,
being just throwing people around. Careless. She's not being
yeah.
careless. She's being actually very mindful. And see, every time that she hits her moves, I never heard anybody complain about Tamina executing moves.
Hmm.
So that's why, hey, it will be a decent match. But in the end, I know Bayley's gonna win, either with the help of Sasha Banks or by herself. But Tamina is not winning that title. It will be a big Isaiah Swerve Scott if they give that to Tamina. So Jean Paul, let's stay on SmackDown. Universal Championship match. Braun Strowman against Bray Wyatt. And we got to put that in parentheses. Not the Fiend, just Bray Wyatt, the man.
Yep, and we touched on this last night too in the SmackDown review. So I know the family already heard the little bit of what we were thinking, but this isn't going to be the Fiend like you just said. So there's no way that they're going to take it off Strowman. This is just the first thing. I mean, I don't, there's no crowd. I know it's live, but you can play with this. You can have Braun Strowman pin Bray Wyatt, 1, 2, 3, done. Raw! The lights, the music can hit. Boom, you can have the Fiend pop up instantly right behind him. Mandible claw, choke him out, and done.
Yep.
I would
And
even
that's
do
where you really
something where the
start the
Fiend.
feud.
I would even do something where the Fiend grabs the belt and leaves. And then, or something happens that he drops the Fiend, has the mask on Braun Strowman, over his face.
Yeah.
I
That
think
would
that'd
be
be
cool.
really cool. He doesn't take the belt with him. He's not like that, when Jinder Mahal was bullshit and stole the belt. He's just oh, let me just lay the belt over you, but it's going to be the Fiend's face. I
Yeah.
think that would be something cool. But for the match itself, I'm going Braun Strowman.
Oh, yeah. Braun Strowman. And it's not that I want Braun Strowman to
Oh, no,
win the
no. It's just,
title.
this is just who we think is going to win.
But the heart is saying just Braun Strowman because, like you said, there's way more that they are going to keep doing, and I think the big matchup is just going to be in SummerSlam. They're just going to drag it all the way to SummerSlam so that to have the Fiend going against Braun Strowman.
Yeah, and I don't know how you feel, but to me, if the end result is the belt gets back on the Fiend when this feud's over, then I don't care. You can drag it out to SummerSlam, make a spectacle of it. Braun Strowman sells you T-shirts. He gets you merch. I understand that. We say the same thing with Hulk Hogan. Bullshit in the ring, but if he moved merch, if he made money,
Oh,
the
yeah,
main point
no.
of them is to make money. But
Exactly.
it's he can't be your champion forever. Give him this little title reign. Okay, legit. He's in your record books. But you got to give it to the guy who we all want to see.
Exactly. No, I absolutely agree with you. I think that the one situation is hopefully if they put it back on the Fiend, then we're good. That's they need to drag it. You said it on the SmackDown review that is in the channel, by the way. I'm not plugging it in, but you said it. There's no more faces. There's no who are you gonna do it? Or there's no more heels either. Who are you
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
like have a match?
Exactly, because you take all the heels that would have been legit, Nakamura, Cesaro, all these guys, and you put them in a stable, and they all follow in sniffing King Corbin's ass.
Yeah, and as when of course Sami Zayn is like we don't know the status of
Yep.
his current situation, so we don't know what's going on that end. So that's
Mhm.
why I mean they have to like keep dragging the thing with Wyatt. They're just gonna do it
Yeah,
because we don't
and
have.
speaking and
We don't
yep,
know when
and
is he coming
speaking
can come back anyway.
speaking of Sami Zayn, there's not even an intercontinental title match on this show.
Oh yeah, no,
So what does
there's
that tell
not
you?
going to be an Intercontinental Championship match. Also, like I said to you, like they're going to address that. I'm pretty sure after Money in the Bank. Either they're going to strip him from the title, they're going to announce a tournament, maybe something. But there's a lot of reports that confirm. You know, Road Break never like just goes to one source. We go to so
Mhm.
many sources, and they say that like Vince is going to take care of this situation because Sami Zayn's his like current status is still up in the air. That's all we can say, and that's all we're going to touch on. But that's what's going to happen with Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship match. Now we're going to move to the Raw side, and then we're going to go to Drew McIntyre defending his titles against the Monday Night Raw Messiah, Seth freaking Rollins. Jean Paul, lead me on who's going to win and why.
I gotta go with. I mean, now that if I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go with. See, this is tough because I'm trying to think like the Bailey and Tamina route, like if they do the cash in or not. But let's just say that the Money in the Bank matches are going to be the main event. And that's going to be the last thing we see. No cash ins tonight. Drew McIntyre. There's like, if you give it back to Seth Rollins, that is the one way to really make people not watch the show.
Yes.
Not saying Seth Rollins is bad as a heel or anything. I think he's a good heel, but it's like he's at Roman levels right now. And I know it's maybe because Kevin Owens was hurt, but it's like, how many times are we seeing this guy in the main event? It's like he's always challenging for the title. It's like, can we get somebody new?
Yeah.
So I think this feud was just because they really didn't have no one else at the time. So they're like, hey, they're building up Bobby Lashley. Maybe he'll be the next one. But I think Drew McIntyre walks out as champion.
And you know what? What you just said, it makes a lot of sense. You know, if you will build Bobby Lashley legit, if you will make him, like strong, and you make him look powerful and believable, I wouldn't be against it because that's the way that you should portray Bobby Lashley. Remember, like the way that he was portrayed on TNA as a big deal. When he came out, oh my God, it's Bobby Lashley. Yes, he's a charisma vacuum. Yes, he doesn't know how to talk on the mic. Yes, his moveset is decent enough. But other than that, what you can do with the guy? But WWE never
I
tried to get something with him.
I think he's getting
bad feuds.
I think he's getting a little more momentum now. Like in that gauntlet match, he probably would have won the thing, or at least came down to him and AJ the way it was looking. But he got DQ'd, so it's like he didn't even get pinned. So he still looks strong. A way to get him over, I would just have him be angry. Just have him go out there and shoot. Be like, I'm been disrespected. I'm legit. Look at me. Blah blah blah, and just go from that. But for this match though, I don't see any way Seth Rollins wins this thing.
No, and mainly like the reasons you just mentioned. Seth Rollins is already an dead idea. He's obsolete. It's like we don't want to see Seth Rollins with a title anymore. He's had a lot of championships. He's one of the youngest Grand Slam champions. Also, it's like the guy needs to be already. I'm not saying putting people over, but giving like somebody else the spotlight, and that's McIntyre. Everybody's invested in McIntyre. You did this whole thing with on WrestleMania. You gave McIntyre the title. Let him run with it. And he's not having bad. He's not having a bad time as the champion. His reign is not bad. Like he's being like portrayed dominant. So like a good win over Seth Rollins will be extremely, extremely great because don't forget, 2 years ago he was losing to Seth Rollins every single time for the IC belt when it was Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, and also it was like sometimes Strowman or Corbin, like going against the Shield. So like now is his time to pay him back, and now Seth Rollins has to put over Drew McIntyre because he winning, it will be really great. And then while like you said, you have two guys that potentially could be really good feuds for Drew McIntyre after Seth Rollins. You have AJ Styles, he's heel, and you have Bobby Lashley. So you can go with either or. Match will be, I think it's going to be a great quality, but I hope Claymore kick and done.
Yep.
So
that's what I'm thinking.
Let's go to the Raw side. We're still on Raw, Monday Night Raw. Now we're going to go to the women's Money in the Bank, or it's combined. It's combined. Asuka going against Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax. The three of them are from Raw. Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Carmella from SmackDown. So who's going to win? Who's your pick on this?
My pick, it's hard to say. I'm going to go with one woman on each side. I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit, but I mean, and maybe I'll decide on one, but I could really see it either being, like I said, Lacey Evans for SmackDown. I don't see Carmella or Dana Brooke. Sorry, thanks for being here. Have a nice day. So Lacey Evans, and I mean, I would love Asuka to win it, but Asuka's kind of the same thing. It's like she was always in the main event, but she was always losing most of the time. So it's like, how credible does she really look? Unfortunately, I think a lot of people don't really care anymore. Shayna Baszler is like up and then straight down, done. They're all in on Nia Jax. So if anybody wins from Raw, I can unfortunately see, her, plodding her way up the ladder and winning the briefcase. But I'm going to go hopefully just with Lacey Evans, which if you would have said, Jean-Paul, you really want Lacey Evans, you would have asked me that a year ago, I would have said no freaking way. But tonight, right here, right now, I'm saying yes. I want Lacey Evans to win this thing.
Lacey Evans for Jean-Paul.
Yep. Just because it's like Shayna Baszler. I mean, she could win it, but I mean, and that would be cool because I still think she should be Raw Women's Champion. But to me, you could do that story without Money in the Bank. Why does she need Money in the Bank to cash that in?
Yeah, and see, like that's gonna take me to my response because two things. The one thing you just said, why do you need the briefcase with somebody that can be easily put over? Easily, the story can be written. It's no brainer. It's so easy with Shayna Baszler. It's like, hey, there's already the match with WrestleMania. There's already one match that you can build on. It's like she never beat me. She kind of was like a crappy win. It's like
do you know who should be Money in the Bank should never have your top stars in it.
Yeah.
They portray my Carmella and Dana Brooke from SmackDown are okay picks because this is the kind of match for those people.
Yes.
It should have been from the Raw side. It should have been Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Kairi Sane.
Yeah.
Asuka shouldn't have been in it.
Nope.
Nia Jax shouldn't have been in it, and neither should Shayna Baszler because those three women, like you said, all you got to do is put them on Raw. They win 2-3 weeks in a row. They look like a monster. Okay. They don't need the briefcase. I mean. The briefcase is for people like a Liv Morgan, who it's like she looks believable, but it's like I'll never see her in a championship match. Boom, with the briefcase, yes, you will.
Yes, yeah, and that's what I want. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't. On Monday Night Raw, I will say Shayna Baszler. I'm just gonna go with like the two things. I'm just saying Shayna Baszler just because WWE they don't know what we are saying. They don't understand that idea. They don't understand that like a girl like Shayna Baszler can be just like doesn't need a briefcase to be portrayed legit, to be portrayed like a main event. To make her look a big deal.
Look what she did to Sarah Logan and all those other women. Broke their legs and shit after WrestleMania or their arms, whatever it was. So
yeah, so like that's what I'm saying. So no, you don't need that. But I'm saying like I would much rather see Dana Brooke. That is my I would say my sentimental pick. I would like to see Dana Brooke just because it's like completely unexpected.
The only thing I will say to that pick to counter you is just if Dana Brooke wins, do you see her actually becoming champion?
Well, if she wins, then yeah. Well, if Carmella was the champion, why can't Dana Brooke be the champion?
I mean, Carmella's a little, I don't know. I mean, maybe.
When she was champion, that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
Carmella was god-awful 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean,
so if they can do that, why can't they do the same thing for Dana Brooke?
I think Carmella was always a little bit more charismatic, a little bit more like over on the mic. Yeah. Because to me, whenever Dana Brooke speaks, I literally feel like my brain cells. It's like my brain is a container of water, and you're just dumping it all out. Anytime she speaks, I'm like, I need to put it on mute.
Yeah, but see, for me at least, it's like that will be my sentimental pick, is because no one thinks that she's gonna do it. There you go. That's your story.
Oh yeah, and I mean, and you can clearly tell she works hard. She's passionate, so she deserves a rub just for that. Maybe not Money in the Bank, but. Hey, we'll see what happens.
That's what I'm saying, but that was my sentimental pick. But I think that like Lacey Evans should win on this SmackDown. If like they go for like you're like we can pick sides, I will go with Lacey Evans just because again the storyline with Bayley is just laid right there. So it's like okay, well now I have an excuse to challenge you for a championship match once again, and this time it will be easy because I can catch it whenever I want. So that's my thing. And having Nia Jax, like you said, absolutely a bad idea. That should have been. I agree with you. Should have been Liv Morgan. She has a lot of momentum going on. Give the girl a chance. Or Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott is now like fighting on main event. So how do you think? Coming back and now you're fighting on main event.
Or you bring Bianca Belair. Where is she?
Exactly. Like
she would have been literally the star of this match.
Yeah.
Done.
And
Her and Shayna Baszler, if you have Shayna Baszler in it, they have a little bit of history. They could really win at it.
and you have the NXT vibe to it, like no.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, like they don't know what to choose. And I just keep the thought that you just mentioned. Money in the Bank should be like all people that are not main event players. It should be guys that like with this win they become main eventers. And that's
Exactly.
what they did before. They
Mm-hmm.
might have one or two like kind of names. The first Money in the Banks, like they have Kane, they have Ric Flair, they had Matt Hardy, but at that time they were not main event players. They were that mid card that's like,
Yeah.
okay, from my mid card, I'm gonna choose one guy that is gonna be the next top star. And that's
Yeah.
what they used to do.
Exactly. And like when people cash in, it's like, oh, they're winning their first world championship. Not like, oh, this is my like 7th title belt when I'm
Yes,
cashing in. It's like it's not
Mr. Brock
special.
Lesnar. Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Brock Lesnar. So now, Jean Paul, let's finish this. We're going to the men's Money in the Bank. And on the SmackDown side, Daniel Bryan. And then we have also King Corbin. And, oh, yeah,
Oh
Otis
yeah.
going against Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, and AJ Styles from Monday Night Raw. Same thing, Jean Paul. Your winner, why? And then you can pick two.
Well, I see. I don't really have a winner for SmackDown. I mean, if I had to pick one who I want to, sorry, Otis, I love you, but I got to go with Daniel Bryan. Otis is not beating Braun Strowman. He's not beating the Fiend. He's not whatever. He's in this story, or he's in this match to further his story with Mandy Rose, Dolph Ziggler, Sonya Deville, that whole thing. I could see Otis being running down the hallway, super kick. Maybe Sonya ties him up or something. Boom, he's done. He's out of the match. I
Hey,
easily
thanks,
see
Odie.
something like that happening. Baron Corbin, if he wins it, WWE Network subscription canceled. So I don't. And Daniel Bryan, I mean, like I said, I love him, but I don't really see them doing anything with him for like the main event because he's already had the Fiend at the Royal Rumble. That was a legit match. If you were going to pull the trigger, it had to have been then. Now, I think you got to wait a little bit for his time to kind of be in the main event. But for Monday Night Raw, I mean, this thing is like built for Aleister Black. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if, any of these three guys from Raw, like I said in our Raw review, I'd love to see win it. But I'm going to go with Aleister Black.
Yeah, Aleister Black makes a lot of sense. Like you said, I was going to keep that thought. It's like King Corbin already won it, so I don't see him winning again. Daniel Bryan won it. I already don't see him winning again. So like Otis, like you said, is more like the charisma rather than like being over. It's two different things. It's like Otis who can remind you of Ryder on 2011. When radio, everybody popping. Oh, is he going to be against John Cena for the WWE Championship? Hell no. It's not going to happen. We don't believe that he can do that. And of course, WWE enforces that thought in us. So it's like, no, it's not going to happen. But I would love like the same idea that you mentioned on Monday Night Raw review. I would love Rey Mysterio just because like, hey, he's about to go. His contract is about to expire. Give him the thing. Hey, cash in on McIntyre. I don't know if he will do that or maybe hold it. Like you said, hold it for a long time. Wait till there's a heel as champion and then cash it in. Get your championship, have a few months as champion, and then you can go. I will love that.
Yeah, that would be something cool because you could even have it like a really good heel. But it would be nice if it was a heel that had some history with Ray, and maybe they're about to pin Drew, and then Ray cashes in and then pins that heel. So then Drew doesn't eat the pin. Because that's the whole thing with people cashing in, even with Aleister Black. I don't want to see Black cash in, Black Mass on McIntyre, 1, 2, 3, done.
Yeah.
Because to me, if Drew was a champion until this upcoming WrestleMania, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Because I think he deserves it. You look at the guy, he's a world champion.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably the most impressive world champion in any major wrestling promotion. New Japan, Impact, all them. And like if you just look at him, his promo work, his just the way he looks, 6'5", 6'6", he's the most impressive, I think, world champion. So I don't want to see his title reign be cut short, but I'd love to see that. Or AJ Styles, because then it's a heel. Because with a heel, you never know when they're going to cash in. He could cash in after a Monday Night Raw. He could cash in whenever.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, I would like Ray, but at the same time, Aleister Black, it will be very intriguing because Aleister Black is in that middle ground of like he can be a top baby face, he can turn heel like this. So but what makes more sense, it will be AJ Styles because his heel, he just came back, so it's a lot easier to put it on a heel, like you said, because every single week you have a reason to kind of like play with the crowd, not with the crowd, but play with all of us, play with the audience, and then just be like, hey, I'm going to cash in. No, not yet. And then you keep doing that. You keep dragging it until at some point you're going to have to like drop it. to, like, if it is McIntyre, like, he will get the championship from McIntyre. It might be that. But who am I picking? Because you tell me. You said you got to pick somebody. I want Mysterio. I just want Mysterio because
That's legit. I see.
yeah,
I
I want
love that. I
Mysterio
love that pick.
because it's just give him something legit. You know, give him that last piece of like his illustrious career. You know, Royal Rumble winner. You know, I think he could. I think he's a Grand Slam, and if I'm not mistaken, he is a Grand Slam. And also, just like, you know, one more thing before he retires. So that's why I will say put Rey Mysterio, given the Money in the Bank. That's my pick. Who I think is gonna win, like, you know, now like just going like with like all this booking thing, AJ Styles. That's how those are my two picks. I don't see SmackDown because, like you said, SmackDown is pretty weak. SmackDown has I'm sorry, they came out short, and like you said, the guys that like you could build, you use as Baron Corbin's lackeys.
Oh yeah, SmackDown was really I mean, this SmackDown, I feel like that's why the show's so bad. Think about it; they really don't have anybody good.
No,
and all the people who could have been legit at Money in the Bank, they're not in there. You know,
exactly.
Cesaro would have been legit, Nakamura, Jeff Hardy. None of them are in the match.
Yeah, no, and then for example, it would have been legit.
Anybody from Lucha House Party, John Morrison, even Kofi, any of these guys would have been awesome.
Yeah, no, yeah, like their picks were like, for example, Daniel Bryan, like you said, for example, he's already been in championship matches. He was champion not too long ago. You know,
I would have rather seen Gulak instead of Bryan.
Gulak, yeah.
And then, like I said, even to the match with Otis and Ziggler, I wanted Ziggler. Because I said, Odie, I love you, but like Ziggler's going to give you the better match.
Yeah, well, in this one, see, for example, if we're all saying that is like young guys, you go with Otis, Drew Gulak, you know, that, like not really focusing on match quality, but like you said, new guys. It's like people that you never think that they will even have a shot. And then, you know, Dolph Ziggler, he's won the championship already. Did they do anything with him when he was champion? No. Two main reasons. He got injured, and the second time is like they never had long-term plans for him. At some point, like 10 years ago, Dolph Ziggler was putting the best matches on Monday Night Raw. Did they ever cash in? No. John Cena always put the attitude adjustment at the end and done. Best match. If you don't believe me, same thing with Cesaro. Best matches in the world. Attitude adjustment 1, 2, 3. Done. So that's why I don't believe it anymore.
Yep.
So family, any closing thoughts, Jean Paul?
No, I mean, I guess I do. I just hope that the show's good. I hope that the cinematic way they do Money in the Bank is enjoyable. You know, you said that they have a bunch of big spots planned, so I'm excited for that. I would have liked to see it a more traditional match because I think this is a really fun match to watch. That would be like, oh, we're making the Royal Rumble cinematic.
No, that's
it's like
crappy,
what?
Yeah.
It's like what? You know, with this, I kind of feel the same way. I'm like, what? Like we can't just enjoy this legit, you know, 6-man, 6-woman ladder match, but you know, we'll see. I'm still excited for it. I am excited for a few of these matches. I think the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match will be pretty decent. You know, no mid-card titles being defended. That's really cool. Awesome job, WWE. Really make us want to care about those titles. But I think that this show will be decent. I don't think it'll be awful. I don't think it'll be the worst pay-per-view we've seen, but I definitely don't think we'll be going back and watching it after Sunday.
Absolutely. I think that like it's going to be a different Money in the Bank. Never seen before Money in the Bank. Is going to start from like the bottom of the building of the WWE headquarters, and then they're going to have to climb on the corporate ladder, like the Rollins like theme, and the whole whole aura of the show is like you gotta
grab that brass ring.
Yep, the corporate ladder, you gotta do that. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. A lot of people had a lot of a doubt when it came to the cinema. They didn't know what the Boneyard match was, you know, before WrestleMania. They didn't know what they're gonna be the Firefly Funhouse match. And in the end, hey, we got what we got. Some people love it, some people hate it. Same thing is going to happen with this, but in the end, we're going to be talking about it because 10 minutes after the show is over, because we're going to have to go to the bathroom, Raw Break will be back reviewing the whole Money in the Bank. So thank you so much, family, for watching every single one of the videos. John Paul and myself, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, just because, you know, guys, we love the support. Every single one that is checking us out, thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget to say Happy Mother's Day tomorrow to every single one of mothers that are watching to us. Thank you, and I hope you guys enjoy your day. And Jean Paul, where they can find us on Facebook. On social media.
Well, hey, let's start with that. Facebook, the original Rope Break. You know, that's one of the best places, probably the best place besides YouTube to follow us. You see all the updates, and, you know, we post links as soon as the videos are uploaded. And then also Twitter, we have the OG Rope Break, and Instagram, the original Rope Break as well, where you can see little video clips. If it's like, hey, like, are these guys legit? You watch the 2-minute video clip. Oh, yeah, they're legit. So then you're going to want to click on YouTube, which is also the original Rope Break, and then that's where you can watch the full video and be like, yep, subscribe, bell, ada.
I wouldn't. I can't even say it any better. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. You just do those 3 things, and you're good to go for your Money in the Bank review completely from the pre-show all the way to the last match in the card. We will be talking about every single detail, every single move. That's the Road Break style. So I think, Jean-Paul, everybody enjoy the rest of your Saturday. There's only one more thing that is left to say, and that is...